Yeah, I have here Oreoluwa Odetola, or is it Odetola Oreoluwa? Anyways, I have Odetola Oreoluwa, who is a motion designer, and as you can tell from our interaction so far, is a friend, and I'm excited to have you on this episode. I am really excited. I believe that every single person has a beginning. Even the Bible says in the beginning was the word. The word did not just form out of nowhere, right? It started from somewhere. We started from, the old Adam and Eve, blah blah blah. You get my point. Everybody has a beginning. Everybody has an origin story. So I want to know your origin story, or rather, the listeners want to know your origin story. So tell me about what growing up was like.
I think I would consider myself as someone that God was really so intentional about and God through, know, because I mean, I lost my mom at a very early age, you know, at a very, very early age. I think I was in maybe primary one, two, I think so. So, I mean, I did not go up to have the idea of doing. I mean, I can't really picture having my dad and my mom in the house, or I mean, or having the experience of being in a family, you know, at home, or I don't have any idea of, okay, uh, maybe my mom parents or anything. How that was supposed to be a setback, to be very honest, it wasn't. Uh, yeah, it wasn't. In as much as it was, but that is why I said I'm someone that will see that was intentional. I'm not the intentional for my kids. What was intentional about how I feel. And instead of people like this in my life, instead of my grandma my grandma and people, right? And the mindset I want to have. I would have been a zero child, but there is no idea of the workplace. I think I guess also like something of past trauma for me, which I did not know up until when I got to the university. I think the only thing I could do. So, growing up here, I sort of lived or had trauma, maybe traumatized. But I did not know I was traumatized at some point. Right? I did not know I was really trauma because I can't really picture or remember how I grew up. Friends I had in primary school, I just knew I was going to school. At some point I was passing, at some point I was failing because I remember the last time when I was in JS1, I didn't feel the hell out of my life. That was the first and last time I can remember that my daddy flogged me. It disciplined me.
Oh my
I
god,
never seen.
that must have really hurt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Because I've not seen it before. That day, I felt it. Yeah, I understand the fact. I understand why he did. Yeah, because he's one person that really invests too much in education. Right. He prefer not to buy a car and send his children
Than
to the
and
best
send
way ever
to
than community. Yeah, so Now getting home and seeing that I was failing previously, you know, it's really triggering that, which is
Oh my
fine.
god.
But it failed to realize what was really wrong, right? What was really wrong, what's happening, right? Because I did not know what was happening at all, but I was living in trauma, right? But like I said, God raised me. God raised me. Right? So childhood, if I tell you I went to let me count number of schools I went to from nursery to maybe primary school. I went okay, I'm trying to use my head to calculate something. One, two, I'm trying to bring I'm
Wow.
calculating three, four, five, six. I went to six schools just from just for nursery to primary school. Six different schools. Yeah, like six different
Sorry, did you guys move a lot? Like, why were you
just
changing schools so much? Because
okay, okay. So I can remember that I went to like French, right? Like French. That was there was a school I went to like for my French and I think from nursery. There was a school I went to for my what's it called? That was like I think that was mandate, right? For like my nursery into like primary before my mom died. Then after then I moved after her death I moved I went to school in like I was like doing lesson, you know, I was doing lesson. It didn't immediately like enter school, right? It was just like okay. Afterwards, I went to a school that yeah, resumed school officially in another state. I went to school there. I think I did for like 23 to 24. Then I went to another school where I did I think primary yeah, primary five. Yeah, primary five. Then from there,
wow.
I think we are going to another school again. That will be six. Alright, so I think you got a fancy school for me to finish like my nursery to like nursery primary school. Then JS1, my JS1 was the school I went to that my dad dropped there on my right. The school is a very big school. It's a very big school. So there was a lot of brilliant students there. I was coming from a background where I was trying to settle like in unspeakable schools. So like quite a lot of things I was not understanding. If I tell you that when I was in primary five, I did not know multiplication table. I didn't know multiplication table.
Wow.
Right.
Wait, are you
And
serious?
then multiplication table, there was no school that I'm serious. I'm very serious. Primary five, I didn't know multiplication table. I did not know it. I did not know it.
Wow. That is very surprising,
I
given
think
when I mean
I
there
would
are
have
not
been
time.
yeah, I would have been a brain right. Yeah, I mean you know that you guys know, right? The book guy, book guy, and all of that. Right?
Exactly.
There's quite a lot as regarding that. But I know that when I was in primary five, because there was a school I even went to that we had primary six. Yeah, that we had primary six. So I did not know notification people. It was so bad like that. And so I left the school and I entered just one, not knowing notification people, not knowing notification people. So I feel,
Wow.
yeah. Then so afterwards for just one, I went to different school. I think just one daughter into just two, then into just three daughter, then that's another school. Then I went to another school where I did just two into SS1 and I think a bit of SS2. Then I then do I went to another school where I finished my SS2, SS3, SS2 proper, SS3 proper. So I went to four different schools for my secondary school. Yeah, four different schools for secondary school.
In
Right.
6 years is very crazy, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. So give or take, I went to from nursery to JS to SSP. I went to about nine different schools. Nine different schools.
Although I can kind of see the reason I can kind of see the reason why you would struggle as a GSS1 student, given the fact that you were constantly moving. As someone who works with children alone, I know that children need a lot of stability to thrive in whatever environment they find themselves.
Yeah,
You cannot expect a child to adapt in 1 year, right? It is not possible. Their brain does not work that way, right? So it's understandable that you would kind of fall behind in GSS1. So I don't think that is entirely your fault, to be honest. And you can say that as soon as you found a little bit of stability, you were able to meet up to your potential. The potential was there, it was just the environment that was not encouraging the potential to thrive.
yeah. It was quite hard for me, but I mean, that's why I said that I'm a child raised by God. Alright. I think that gives to tell me of how I feel.
Okay, you mentioned something about being traumatized as a child and not having a lot of friends in primary schools and secondary school and all of those things, which is I don't think it is entirely weird, but I can relate to that. The only difference is that I had a very stable childhood. Stable in the sense that I went to one school from KG till primary six. Like I stayed in one school. However, I you cannot ask me that who was your friend in primary school and I would tell you because I quite literally did not have any. Not even one. Not even one friend. And then I moved to secondary school because the school we were attending did not have like the secondary section. Then we moved to secondary school and it was still the same thing. You would think that given that most of the people that were in my class at the time, we started from KG together to primary six, that would at least make friends. But no, oh my God, I was such a timid child. I was such a timid child. When you were talking about not having friends and being traumatized as a child, not having friends, right, until you got to the university, I was thinking that I could relate to, but I cannot. Honestly, I cannot. Your case is completely understandable and justifiable. Right? It's if you grew up without having friends, it is justified because they're always moving. But my own, there's no justification to it. I was just a timid child, and I found it hard to make friends. Right, which brings me to my question. You say you didn't overcome you didn't overcome the trauma until you got into the university. How did you move past it? Or to better phrase my question, how did you realize that what, this is not normal behavior and it actually needs to be worked on? How did you figure out that maybe I might have a problem?
So, to be very honest, I never saw it as a problem. Right? I never saw it as a problem because um, even though Obi does not like feel the love of like the family, like it still has some marital problem, but it would have been better if they do very close. It would have been better if they have their own daughter and their siblings. It would have been better
Yeah.
if they were living here and there after her death. Like those who were supposed to be there and they were not there. But to an extent, no message. The reason why I would say I did not miss it is because I never had it. The reason I did not miss it was because I never had it. Now, the irony of life is
Mm,
that it is whatever you have, and just enjoy, right? And you lose, you tend to lose and eventually. But in my own case,
yeah.
I really did, as a boy, I really did not. I was not, so it did not really shape me, right? I was just moving, right? I was just moving. But when I grew, when I maybe saw movies and I saw things, right, I was like, oh, this is how it was supposed to be, right? I began to react to oh, this is how it's supposed to be. It's how this is supposed to be. And when I saw my friends, right, like, go to their home and all that, and I saw how they settle things. Right, oh, I'm not fond of this. I don't just like this. Oh, maybe I saw IG page and I saw people, I'm like, okay. Yeah, it'd be nice having that gift. How was I going to like, yeah,
Wow.
something was missing actually. Yeah, something was missing. So the good thing about it is the fact that I realized, and this fact that it did not affect me, this fact that I can talk about it, and I'm not out. Yeah, I'm not out. I'm happy, doing fine, doing good. So, like I said, I did not have it, so I did not really use it. It's just like someone that was blind from birth. The person never had the experience of how seeing was.
Yeah,
Everybody,
so they won't know what it feels like to
everybody is
see.
blind.
Yeah.
So they really know what it feels like. But someone that I've seen, that been seeing for like years, maybe like for the first 30 years of the person's life, and the person is blind, maybe like 22 years. Person is see, person is see permanently. Meaning that the rest of
Yeah.
their life, they can see again.
Oh my God.
As
Yeah, it would eat
I'm
Ada.
having to think about
It would eat
it.
Ada.
Yeah, it's going to be it. It's going to be it. You yourself that I'm in that situation, you think about it and it. So does that mean that this person will do this? And he's not going to see
Oh my
and not
God.
aware. So he's going to see anything. Especially if the person has like no, that's it. And then if you have to like think deep about it, the resultant of not having something and you will not miss not having it. It is when you have it that you miss it and you miss that.
Yeah, true.
So
That's actually true. Uh, but you were able to look at it. You were able to, make peace with it. Do you think that you still miss it? Do you think that you still wish that you had like a different childhood? Or do you think, you know what, in spite of all of this, I feel like those experiences actually shaped the man I am right now? Or do you think that it would have been different if, you had all of these things growing up?
okay, okay. So how do I explain this? In as much I would have considered that I would love it. I'm very introverted. Yeah. In as much I would
Yeah.
say that oh that thing that happens that was not like this. Right? However, I'm still grateful for my life. I'm still grateful for how I am. I'm still grateful for how far I've come. Yes, I'm still super grateful. I mean, doing my best. Doing my best always, trying to make it possible. But I also feel like, yeah, it is a game of probabilities, to be very honest. It's a game of probability. Because, I mean, we've seen many children that they have their parents, they have their mother, they have their father, mother, and they're still wayward. Right? They're still wayward, they're still children,
True.
they're
That's
still
true.
doing life. And we see
Yeah.
children that don't have anything, they are orphan, and they are pretty much doing very fine, right? And we see someone that just has a single parent, and the person can do bad, another person can have just a single parent, and the person can do good, right? The only thing that I will see is to realize and accept your situation and make the best out of it. Accept your situation and make the best out of it. Everything has happened. Accept it. Don't dwell on the past. Move on. Right. Like move on. Sometimes I don't I think it was then I probably need to think about how I reached my numbers and like how I reached this and this was happening. Yeah. But it's just going to be more harm than good, to be very honest. It's just going to be more
Yeah.
harm than good. So accept the situation. What can you fix? How can you fix it? What do you want to do? What do you want to engage? Right. So find a solution. Do that shit.
Well, for what it's worth, I think that you turned out well. You turned out amazing, like really amazing. I mean, look at you.
Glory to
You are a
God!
young man. You are a young man thriving, and obviously someone who treats people right. So I really think that you turned out well in spite of it. You turned out amazing, and I am proud of where you were there. I mean, I knew it's. I think I've known you since you were like, is it 18 or 19? And I know I can tell the
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
between who you were then
Yeah, true, true.
and who you are now. Like, there's so much difference between who you were then and who you are now. Um, how do you think the people who knew you as a child, how do you think the people who knew um, the Oreoluwa that was a boy or the Oreoluwa that was a teenager, how do you think they would describe you? How do you think they would describe? I mean, I know how I would describe you, but obviously I'm not going to tell you. I want you to tell me. How do you think they would describe you?
Okay, how do I think they will describe? I don't really, I don't really seek for validation. Yeah. I don't really seek for validation. But I would say that, I would say this as regard to what happened during my graduation, like my uh, school graduation, like when I finished. So I had my extended family looking around to my house. And I mean, they were. I was not. I was before I graduated from school. I think there was a time I was staying in different apartment. That in different apartments. That was even before I finished school. So yeah, and it was yeah not so it was a bad. But I mean, it was a different apartment. Not like everything was set right, but before school, I could afford to stay in a different apartment, two-bedroom apartment, and trying things out. Yeah. And I had them around. I had them around. And at some point, they were, they were crying. Right? They were crying, especially the
Oh,
individuals from my mom's side. They were crying. They got to really learn after this thing. Oh, they were just like, no, we don't looking at them. I was just looking at them. But I mean,
that's
it's just a
amazing.
story, right? Basically. I mean,
Right.
yeah, seeing, I mean, they were all in the house. I did not even, I was like, nobody should do anything. I just saw that cars were coming to my compound. And all of them, I just opened the gate. The first car came in. Second, is it all the family member that you brought here? Yeah, I mean, it was such a nice experience. Like, so
I
some
mean,
of
their
them
golden
I
boy
did
is
not see
graduating. When
for
would they
a
come?
long time. Most of them are not seen me for the longest time. Right? So it's coming around, seeing how much I've grown, seeing all of the things I've put together, right? I mean, my dad was so happy. So they said that you have to call me upstairs, and he hugged me. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And he was like, there's Wi-Fi, there's Wi-Fi everywhere, there's light. The light is not,
Oh
the
my
light does not go off
god.
here. Light does not go off here. There's Wi-Fi. These are, what the? calm down.
Fathers are
calm,
amazing.
calm down. You just chill. Yeah, I mean, you know, in as much as I saw that I'm a good friend and I really appreciate, I'm not taking it for granted. Yeah, I'm not taking it for granted. So, I mean, they'll obviously describe Aurora as perfect lady, it's a good boy. Mm, and he's a good boy. So, I think that's just it.
That's amazing. I think that's actually pretty accurate with the kind of person you have. So yeah. You studied Greek. Sorry, what was it? Okay, you studied agronomy. Yes. You studied agronomy in school
Yes.
and you currently work in
Yes.
you are currently a motion designer. Did I get your job title correctly?
Yes. Mhm.
Hmm? So, and obviously, you've been working in your industry way before you graduated. One would think that the fact that you studied Greek, you might want to pursue it as a career, but you are pursuing an entirely different path. You're pursuing an entirely different path. So, is this something that you've always known that you would do, even before you started studying the course? Have you always known that you were going to be in this industry?
To be very honest, I think it's just luck and preparedness and as well as opens opportunity to people and also trying to see them through. Right? Many people have gotten different opportunities and they don't bother to find a way to tap into it. Funny thing, before I entered the university, I I had the exposure and I saw it. I saw someone putting design, and which was when I finished my primary, when I finished finished writing YE, I told my dad I want to go to the music school. So I went to the music school and I saw this guy called Larry, and he's meant to be for blessed with amazing things now. Like he actually did fine. It stayed behind all my bunk, right? I was I was up, I was up, he was down. So yeah, he was down. So we stayed together. And whenever he make places design, we tell him how did you see in them? What you do from? I mean, just tell me is it fine? What do you think it is? How do you think it is? That was the first time I encountered like design. I did not
Design.
know as I learned, so I tried to buy a laptop at that time. Like, the laptop was not good. Laptop was not good. So I came back to school. I came back to I got admission. So I left the school. So I could not like really learn. I could not learn at all. So I did not learn from it at all. All I just learned was oh, this is the design. These are supposed to be. So I soon do a design from start like English and all of that. I mean that
Yeah.
was like the first exposure. Yeah, so then fast forward to school, I got into school, more like this, take it slow. Then 2022, the lockdown, I was what can I do? I picked it up and I was doing it, learning, also trying to merge the school activity and whatever it is I was doing at that time. So it was almost like up until like from the level I picked up the design stuff. Then like 300 level, I was starting to like do motion. I think by 300 level, I was starting to get 300 alongside graphic design. Then 200 level of do motion, 400 level do motion, 200 level of I took working with guys and experience. Before I graduated, I was working with someone that I worked with mentor, companies, angel investor, restaurants, food brand restaurant, different companies. I was even supposed to work with like we said like used to be mad. Eventually got one of the time. We were, I think their leadership was so much, and as well as their own process. I mean, it was, and they also requested for me I was a student and they were like, well, that's the come to participate, and I was still a student, so I could not like do every process. Every time we work people, I could be privileged to work with, monitoring, speaking to that. So it was opportunity. But I think it wasn't like I had a vision or I had a project. It was a good personal career. But one thing I think I would say is that it was whatever my hand.
If there's anything that I've learned from you over the last couple of years, it's to always be better than you were before, right? That is, in fact, that is one of the major things that I have learned from you, to always seek improvements in yourself. Whatever you do, whatever industry you find yourself, whatever space you find yourself, always seek improvements in yourself. Because I can remember vividly a couple of years back when you mentioned that you wanted to transition from just graphics design to motion design, and look at where you are now. Imagine you were slow about it and you were dragging your feet. I understand that there were struggles, and I think it is amazing. I am a firm believer. I mean, at the center of everything I do, my foundation, the brands I'm building, this podcast, at the center of my work, my professional life, it's the belief that uh, our environments shape our outcome. By environment, I'm not just limiting it to just your physical environment. I'm talking about your beliefs. I'm talking about the philosophies that guide you, the philosophies that guide your decision making. I am talking about the people in your life. I am talking about experiences. I'm talking about situations. I'm talking about things that happened in your life that brought you to this point. Or was there like a specific moment that defined who you are now? Or is there like a specific person that has deeply influenced the person you currently are? It could be a person, an experience, a job, yeah, that has highly influenced who you currently are right now. Yeah.
So I think the products of our environment, the people that we relate with, the things that we say, what we eat, like quite a lot of things. We are product of what we are exposed to, the books that we read, things like that. So we are all product of environment, and the product and the big product of environment. The environment influences the environment really reflects them. However, um, it's also it was also my mindset about perspective about life and thinking about how things work. Um, to be very honest, like I said, my environment shaped me for my own instilling some value, instilling some things. And I don't think there's a thing that will like maybe the Sunday service and I will go to church. Only by church, yes. Only by church and maybe town and maybe getting to church. So I mean, only when I probably go to church, I will know, I might know like I probably go out or travel. Maybe that's the word. Maybe I travel. That's when I came up to like maybe go to church and all that. But growing up, my grandma and there's no one you want to do. Like you know go to church. You have to go to church. They have to go to church. There were just some disciplines that they quite there for me as well I was growing up and they really helped me. I'm very the books I read, the books I read, like now like this is my book for this is I can't find it out there. I
Oh my God, this book is already
And
like your
honestly,
manual.
I've I've never read this finish perfect. Ever
Seriously.
maybe this way. Yeah,
Okay.
I've not finished it.
How many years has it been now?
To the extent that my friend knew me and he had to be calling me eat that frog. I beg you, I always do it. I always do it. Yeah, I always do it. I think of me what I want to do now, I want to even snap the book and send it to you. Say, "Alpha." I traumatize him with it. Yeah, I traumatize him because he's
Oh
always
my
seeing
God.
the book every day and I never finish it.
You really
I
should
really send
finish
him.
it. One day.
I want to even send him a message now like this to the book.
Well, to be fair, it's a very good book. I've read the book and it's a really good book. I think you're the one that recommended it to me, sir. You're the one that recommended it to
Yeah,
me now.
it's
See?
yeah,
And
it's
I finished it and you
let's
did
say
not.
it's like I always I always I always tell I always tell people like about it. I always tell people. I have close to how many people that reads the book right now. That reads the book about three people that are currently reading the book. Yeah, review because yeah. So me, I'm picking up this week and I'm reading it. Yeah, I'm reading it. So that's just it. My environment is a big player for me. Big player for me. So they really helps me so much. They really help me. They really, shaping my mind, my mindset. So I like very much.
Uh, you've spoken about your grandmother a lot. And whenever you speak about her with so much passion, right? So do you want to talk about her
I've
a
spoken
little?
about oh, I think she's one of the person that really used to quite a lot of things to me. Up to how to speak,
How
up
to
to how to
sweep? Did they
speak.
did they have to teach you how to sweep?
She taught me how to speak. She taught me how to.
Sounds
They
interesting.
don't use the head of broom to sweep. You use the
Oh
side
yeah,
to sweep.
to
So when
sweep.
it is sweeping, it sweeps everything. You don't use if you are standing, you don't like it's one. Like if you are sweeping, they are they are like little sands that you can know sweep if you are used to
Yeah.
sweep. So you use the side like if let's say this is a road, you use this side to sweep, not this side to sweep, you use this side. So you sweep like this, you sweep like this. So she taught me how to sweep. She taught me how to save. I save in her wardrobe. Her wardrobe was my own. So there's a way she arranges her wardrobe. She arranges her clothes and and she like covers it, right? So she spreads the clothes first, then she arranges all her clothes. She's the Ankara type. She arranges all her clothes. Then she now covers it. So I see money on that. I see money on that. She
Oh
taught
my
me how to
god.
how to save. Yeah, so you know me a lot of stuff. You know me a lot of stuff. You got me a lot of stuff. So
You obviously
that's
love her so
that's
much.
it.
You live long, go in Jesus' name.
Actually, mm,
Uh, I think grandmothers are a different breed. I think grandmothers are a different breed. I did
yeah,
not.
they are.
I think I lost my maternal grandmother when I was like 12 or 13. My paternal grandmother is still alive, but I mean she's in Ocean State, so we didn't really get to spend a lot of time with her. But my maternal grandmother, oh my god, I enjoyed the times where we visited her with my cousins. She was both sweet and strict at the same time. Right? If grandma catches you like this, if you do something and grandma catches you, just know that you're in trouble. At the same time, she's still the one that would sit you down and feed you and The first time they used, all this agbo, all this about this thing.
Yeah,
She sat us
yes.
down, my siblings and I, and started beating us with agbo. It was a very, very interesting experience, right? And I miss her. God rest her soul. And so, has there ever been a time in your life where you had to sit down and make a very hard decision that has impacted your life or is currently impacting your life? And do you think that the decision you made at the time was a good or bad decision?
Okay. To be very honest, yeah, I think God is more than anything my part. I think God is. I said, I think it's God that is directing my path. To be very honest, I think it's only decisions I know that, oh, bro, you're not supposed to carry this decision. That's what I'm supposed to get. But even in the midst of the regret, I always just draw the lesson from it. I always just draw the lesson from it. So, making wrong decision, making right decision. There are some things that experience will just teach you, and there are some things that pain will
Yeah.
not really want to teach you. Yeah, so it's not really about, oh, I make a wrong decision. It's just about the fact that, okay, I made this decision. Okay, fine. Does it
You
have
would
the best
eventually
outcome
learn.
from it? But either way, you will always make a decision. Don't try. Yeah. So,
So there's not been like there hasn't been a time in your life where you've had to let go of, say, an identity, for example, or let's say a job. Have you ever had to let go of or sacrifice a part of your life, a identity, a friend, a professional relationship for something else?
mm, so I would say no, actually. I would say no.
That's amazing. You've lived a very good life.
I'm just, yeah, I would say no, because now, like, I don't really tend to hold on to something. If it is there, it is there. If it is not there, it is not there. Right? So
I want to be
I
like
don't, I
you.
don't, I don't try to disturb myself. Yeah, I would say that I think not to. I mean, I don't think I have to like sacrifice. I'm not the person that also burn bridges. I'm not the person that burns bridges. Yeah, I don't have that mentality of burning bridges. I just feel like if there's a point in time that I had to like sacrifice something, right? It means if you're not in the picture anymore, and that's yeah, yeah, and life is sacrifice, anyway. Life is sacrifice. But whatever whatever it is I do that makes that you're no longer there or you're there, it is what it is. It is what it is for me. So the funny thing is that sometimes you also want to give yourself the grace or be able to like forgive yourself for some things
Yeah.
that affect you.
For some decisions that you made.
What do I mean? Yeah, yeah. So decisions that's why also you also need to have like control, like a mentor before you execute something. Right? And I didn't really have mentor in life. So the decisions that I made were like, oh, God orchestrated and God directed. Yeah. So without being God directed, I had someone that, oh, you should do this. But anyway, there was no anybody because everything seemed fine. But to be very honest, if you have to make your decision, and especially the way, even the Bible says that there are some things that are good, things that are good, things that are valuable, things that are helpful.
Yeah, some things are
So
good, some things are.
we match,
It can be good
yeah,
and it might not be for you. Basically, it can be good and it might not be for
yeah,
you.
yeah. Mm. So some things are, I mean, you get adult, you know what is good, what is bad. Just keep your decision. And
Ah,
find a
so
professional decision makers.
Yeah. You were talking about mentors and not really having mentors. I find it very surprising, by the way. Like very, very surprising. I really honestly
That's
would that I think like or not really having mentors. I think that in all of our conversations so far, I think that this is the one thing that I find the most surprising, or that I feel like maybe I didn't really know, because you've always moved with such precision and guidance. Someone just look at you and be like, someone must be pulling the strings behind this young man's life because of the way you move. So it's very surprising that you don't have mentors. Which brings me to what I'm going to say next. I often tell people that if I am counting my blessings, right, I count a number of people, and that if I'm ever going to end up writing a book or a memoir, which I'm going to do in the nearest future, by the way, that there are certain people that deserve an entire chapter. And you're one of those people. Maybe not an entire chapter, maybe one page, sha, or half page. I'll give you like
that's
one
how
page or
that,
half. But
that's
yeah,
how
you've,
that.
you've made you've made so much impact in people's life, like, and I'm very sure that I would not be the only one to share this sentiment, right? If we decide to, oh, every single person that Oreoluwa knows, let's put them in a room. Yeah, if they should come and be talking about how Oreoluwa has made an impact in your life, I'm sure that people would have so many things to say. I quite literally got into the marketing industry because of you. I got into the industry because of you. I met my mentors because of you. So the impact that you've made in other people's life. It's very surprising to hear that you do not have mentors. So I guess you're one of a kind, right? Is that it? You're one of one.
You know, when I started the show, I was like, I'm one person that it was God that grew me. It was God that 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 nurtured me. I was not kidding when I said it because I can't picture how I do. I can't picture how I develop things. I can't picture how I'm this person to very least. I can't say that this is how it was. But
Well, God deserves some accolades. He deserves accolades for how he, made your life turn out. Because obviously, it's the benefit is not just to you; it's to so many others and so many other generations. So well done. And you also deserve some accolade, because they usually say that "Ọmọ tó bá ṣípá léèyàn ń gbé." It is because you
yeah.
had, at least you were willing. God would not. There's only so much God would not use an empty. God would not use an unwilling vessel, right? We were willing in the first place. That is why God said, I want to mold this person to be the kind of person I want him to be. So, yes, well done. So, doubt. Let's talk about doubt and instances where you sat down and be like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I cannot do this anymore. I crash out. I'm not even kidding. I crash out at least 10 times in a week. I'm not even kidding. I was talking to my sister. If you, I was on a call with my sister yesterday, and we spoke for over 2 hours. And I was telling her that yesterday I was working on a project plan for Shrive Rice. By the way, the project is not even going to be happening this year until next year. And I sat down and looked at the amount of work that this project would require of me, and I started crying. I just sat down on the floor and started crying, because how do I want to do it? Do I have what it takes for me to? I started seriously doubting myself and my abilities. I cried for over an hour before I now wiped my tears and was like, you know what? Whatever wants to happen would happen. This thing. So has there been instances where you've just felt so much doubt, and you've doubted your abilities and just thought, I cannot do this anymore? What was that like for you, and how did you overcome it?
To be very honest, I would tell you that I've gotten instances where I should have quitted, even in my career as a motion designer. If I tell you I faced so much of it's a long story, alright, it's a long story. One of the hardest I faced on one of the hardest I faced in my career is the fact that I had to is gadgets. was gadgets. Right, was gadgets. And
Oh my God. And gadget is an important part of your work.
yeah, it was gadgets. If I tell you that just last week, just this week that passed, I
Yeah.
this gadgets that worth over a million naira
Oh my God.
on just this Thursday that passed. I mean, basically that
Oh
went
my
over
God.
a laptop, my laptop bag, and my mouse. The mouse that worth like I don't know, maybe it is now more than 200,000 naira.
Oh my
I'm
God.
and I mean I'm here. I'm still. I was telling
So
my friend,
sorry.
and they were like, even that day. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
I feel
I'm still doing my
guilty.
thing. Why do you
I
feel
feel guilty
guilty?
because I was basically calling you and texting you because I was calling you and texting you because you were not available. Not knowing that you were dealing with losing so much. I'm so sorry,
I,
by the
I,
way. I'm
I
so
was
sorry.
I was I was not. Yeah, you know, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I was not really. It didn't. Yeah, it would have gotten to me, right? But the only thing is that I didn't lose any file. I didn't lose any of my project file, right? It was like a second laptop for me. I use it whenever like I go out, like do things. I don't want to like carry my main PC, right? So, but I mean, it was still my asset. It was still my asset for something. Yeah, I could have liquidated it if I needed something, right? It was still an asset for me. But it did not, like, I think I've come to realization that I am the asset. I am the asset. Only if I lose me, right? Only if I lose me. Like in the space of about how many months? In the space of about how many years? Like 3 years. I use like it's like 5 different laptops. I think it's like 5 different laptops. Because this current laptop I've been using it like I think it's just 2023. Yeah, I think it's 2023.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I said I want to be
So
like you when I
when you grow up, you are grown up by then.
please oh please. I'm still a child. I'm still
I don't hear you. They play my phone. But I mean, I'd use kind of PC at that time. I used that kind of PC at that time. And there was even a time that I got a PC from I think Boy Fair and Mommy Jaden's husband. The day the PC landed
yeah.
in Ilorin, that was the day the PC burnt.
Oh my God.
The previous PC that I was using was stolen. So I had to save, ask for money,
Oh
beg
my
for money,
God.
do this. After successfully, and I was specific about the type of laptop I wanted to get dedicated because of the current design I was learning. The day the PC got to Ilorin was the day I carried it to Accounts and I plugged it and I was using it. Everybody were joyful because it was a very sleek laptop, very sleek. And I was like, this is not only that the day, that same day, the
Oh my
laptop was going
God.
to. I fainted that day. That was the day I know how it looks. I dey always the same person dey faint. I fainted that day. The only thing I saw my body wet.
Oh my
I
God.
saw my body
You
wet.
fainted, like actually fainted.
I did. I did. I mean, I
That must have
bought
been
the
so
laptop
hard.
200k. It was. I mean, I had to like save up 200k, but begged. I think my daddy gave me money too. My family begged this right. Cause I don't think I had savings at that time. So at that point in time, I don't think I had savings. So
I'm so sorry.
about it, money that you saved. No, there's not about sorry. All these things don't pass. All these things don't pass.
Right? It's
I mean,
just
there were instances I would have given up. But I mean, the end goal, you just have to have a bigger picture of what the end goal should look like. That should drive you.
Now give up.
If Joseph, now you offer Google. If Joseph had, I mean, God showed him the vision, right? God did not tell him about the process. If he was really concerned about the process, he would most likely be tap out, right? But
Yeah.
was what was in his mind. So the only thing is, the end goal should just be there. The life that you want to live, the kind of family you want to have, the future
Because
is the result.
nobody will believe you. I worked at that, I worked at. Okay, what do you have to show for it? Uh, I always ask this question before we round up, right? And if I move to like my last question, what are you made of?
What am I made of?
Yes.
What am I made of? I mean, aside from the fact that trust me, I'm actually nothing aside God. I'm made of God. Yeah, that might be so spiritual, but that is it. Right, that is it. Because to be very honest, I can't tell you what is inside of me. I sadly can't tell you what is inside of me. To be very honest, I would say I'm made of God. That's it.
I also think a huge part of what makes you are your friends. You have amazing friends. I often look at the relationship you share with your friends and I envy it. Right? You have amazing people in your corner.
Actually, and
You have amazing people in
the
your
funny thing
corner.
about it is, I grew up to just stay on my own. How I met all of them, I can't tell you. How we got close, I can't tell you.
They adopted you.
Where
They
we
adopted you into their life.
where we got close, I can't tell you. All of them can't even tell how we were so close right now. They can't tell you, oh, this was how we were. For my mentor, I mean, I technically have to like tag someone as a mentor just this year. Yeah, just this year. I had to like tag someone, oh, this is my mentor. Aside from my pastors, right? And what's it called? I mean, this man trains me. He trains me, and he trains me not for myself. He trained me for people. Cause me, I know I'm a people person. Now that one, I know I'm a people.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am. I am. Why?
You're friendly. You're very friendly. You know everybody. What do you not even know? You know everybody, so I can see it.
What's that? What's that? I know everybody.
Honestly, you know everybody. If I need someone, I know who to call right now. If I need somebody to contact, I would not be surprised if you have Tinubu's number. I would not.
Okay.
I would not be surprised.
Okay.
Honestly. But yeah, I can tell that you're a people person.
Amazing. Amazing. So, I mean, that's just basically it.
Okay.
Yes.
So if your life still follows the same trajectory and nothing changes, right? You still follow this path that you're following with the people in your life, the things you do every day, right? Your routine remains the same, your experiences remain the same. Would that be okay? Like, do you think that the next version of yourself would be the version that you would be really proud of?
I would say, that's a very dicey. That's a very dicey. Maybe knowing some things I've known now, and I still have the knowledge, and I will just say, okay, let's go back in time and let's give it the. I would have been better off another day, right? I would
Really?
be better off. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like as I am like this, they should not say, oh yeah, become small and grow back again, knowing that but that's the cheat code, you know, right?
Yeah, give me the choice. I honestly would not change anything about my, previous years. I still would leave it the same because I feel like they made me up the kind of person I am. Yeah, I feel like I would have turned out
And
differently
that's why I'm saying that just my person like this, everything I have in my head, then just that
okay,
become
okay.
small with everything that is here. So we are not changing it. I just know that let me just give you the cheat code that way, you know, you just become small and proper.
I should just give you the manual and do your thing.
I'll scatter everywhere.
And so your future self, you are confident in the kind of person that you will become in the future.
Absolutely. By the grace of God.
That's amazing. So what does this version of you, what is it that you think that your future self needs that this version of you currently does not have?
What do I think?
That your future self needs that this version of you currently does not have?
That's a very dicey question. Maybe a good one.
A good question here deep, Abby.
Yeah, it's deep. And that's why I say maybe a good one because, yeah, a godly home.
Because
I mean, you're thinking about the answer.
yeah, because
How
I
we
kind of
correlate
feel
that?
like no, 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 not how it correlates. Because I kind of feel like you already have that.
Now in context of good home is like maybe my own personal family, my wife, my children. I've come to realize that there's no matter what you're building, if you end up buying the wrong person, all of them,
Yeah,
it will just blow off. Right, it will just blow off because it's going to affect quite a lot of things in your life, even down to spiritual
your
life,
partner.
down to your personal life. It's going to affect a lot. So you don't want to make it.
But then
You actually need to.
I know that a partner can make or break your life, right? A partner can change the trajectory of your entire life. But I am also a very firm believer that you can always leave.
Yeah, I understand the fact that you can't always live right, but do you want to? Do you also want to make back the yes that?
That you've lost. True. That's
So
true,
I
sure.
mean, what if you have the choice to not make such mistake?
Fair enough. That's true. Why not just avoid the mistake altogether? But life is very unpredictable,
Yeah, life is very unpredictable, but to an extent, life also
right?
follows
The amazing,
predictable
an
patterns.
amazing partner can end up being your greatest enemy, unfortunately.
True.
All right. This has been an amazing conversation. Truly, truly amazing, and I am glad that I got to sit down with you and talk. Is there anything that you would like to tell, the viewers and listeners?
I mean, I would just say that first off, just allow God to direct your life. It's the best way to be unstressed. Yeah, just allow God to direct your life, and you're good to go. To be very honest.
Okay. Do you want? Where can we find you? Do you want them to find you? Where can we?
Probably didn't get me. Or maybe like searching up my name or Detola or Oreoluwa will bring up my profile, my name.
Yeah, which platform?
It's, um,
Oh, so we can find you on LinkedIn at Odetola Oreoluwa, right?
yep. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, this has been amazing. So this has been an amazing
Yeah.
conversation. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. Bye.
Really, really